Hi guys, Squirrel here, and we are back with part 2 of my Q&A video. And if you watched the end of part 1, this is exactly where I left off, as we're about to take the boat over from Grimsby, and it really was grim in Grimsby, to Europort for £700. And it's now 7 PM, which is slightly annoying because it's going to go dark. Did that rest me? I think that probably did, didn't it? Yep, 11 hours of driving. It's going to go dark soon. If you remember, we are taking hot chemicals to Linz. That's where we're going. And we're answering questions on the way. We're in a Q&A video. So let's get on with the show. Well, this is a bit nicer than Grimsby in Europort, because if you remember in Grimsby, people were trying to ram me. A coach rammed into me, and there were cars just kept pulling out at roundabouts, but not really pulling out. Look at the shadow on the floor. Giant wind generator. That's awesome. I have no idea. You know what? I'm just realised I'm on the wrong side of the freaking road. That was lucky. That was so lucky. I just saw a car. I was like, okay, that dude's on my carriageway. Wait, I'm in the wrong carriageway. Oh. Well, that's what you get for driving around the UK for a while. At least I didn't have a bloody accident. Dear me. Looks like a railway line or something over there. That's pretty cool. The power lines are very industrial. Okay, next question is from, and I hope I get this name right, Rune Kroh, or Krog. Krog? I'm not sure. It's German, I think. How did you meet the squad? Okay. The way I met the squad was, I tweeted out, I think Fred had maybe started following me on Twitter, or YouTube, or both, I'm not sure. And I sent out a tweet because at the time I was having a problem with monetizing YouTube videos, and every time I tried to monetize a video, it would just get reviewed by YouTube and they'd say, no, it contains gaming content, you can't monetize it because you don't own the copyright. And I wasn't partnered, so they kept slapping me with it. Meanwhile, when I tweeted this out saying, how do you do this? Fred replied and said, well, I've managed to monetize a few of my videos and, you know, it's gone through okay. So I then ended up tweeting backwards and forwards a couple of times with him and found out that he played Battlefield. So jumped on TeamSpeak with him because I started talking to him saying, you know, I'm doing quite well, but I need to level up my choppers, my helicopters. And he said, oh, I'll get you leveled up in a couple of nights, just come and fly with me. So jumped on TeamSpeak, played Battlefield with Fred, and sure enough, he leveled my helicopters up in a couple of nights. And I think he'd not long since started playing with Chris. I don't know exactly how we met Chris. So then the three of us started playing together, and that was great fun. Then we started, you know, doing some tactics. And then Dave Stoney came along. I can't remember exactly how Dave joined us, but he started playing Battlefield with us, and the four of us just started raping face on Battlefield. And essentially that's how the squad got formed. And then sometime later, John came along. I think John gave a ghillie suit to Chris or Fred or something like that. I can't remember what happened, but he gave something, and Chris kind of took a shine to him, and I think this is what happened. And then he started playing with us, and that's how he got into the squad. Could be wrong about some of that, but that's certainly how I met Fred, and then, you know, Fred and I started playing with Chris. And Dave. I can't remember. Maybe Dave can remember. I'll have to ask him. Message from Alex Coburn. Do you feel Yorkshire is superior to Lancashire? Nope. Oh, it's a plane. Cool. Don't see that very often, Eurotruck. Well, I don't. No, I don't feel Lancashire is superior to Yorkshire, or Yorkshire is superior to Lancashire. You know? By what measure? You know, how are you measuring that? That's the thing. Okay, looks like I'm not really sure which lane I need to be in at this point. A message from Anthony Webb. He says, what is one of your favourite childhood games or series to play, and what is one of your fondest memories of it? I would have to say that one of my favourite childhood games was Gauntlet in the arcade. I don't know if you remember it or not, but in the arcade, Gauntlet had 4 joysticks, so 4 of you could go up to it and just play together, or a couple of you could go and play, and then some random dude would walk up, stick some money in, and he could start playing with you. And Gauntlet was just like this infinite set of dungeons where you just, you know, there was Thor needs food badly and all this kind of stuff. It was just freaking great. There was, again, no machine had ever come out like this before. The idea of a 4-man co-op in an arcade was just unheard of. And I loved it to bits and played it lots and put far too much money into it. I'd love to nip over there and get that town actually while I'm here. I think I might just do that. That guy doesn't mind too much. Thank you, sir. Yeah, just like picking up that question mark while I'm here. It'll only take me a minute or two. But it's probably worth doing. Because it is a loop. It is Amsterdam. And I can just go around the loop and pick it up. What was the same? What was the same? Oh yes, and the other one, the other game I loved was Outrun. I don't remember Outrun. It was a racing game. Oh, fuck off! Speeding offence. It was a racing game and it had 5 possible finishing points in the whole game, and I knew all of them back to back. I could just slam through it, and I used to enjoy basically watching people play it, get to the top of the scoreboard, and then jumping on there and basically beating their time, put myself to the top of the scoreboard, and naming myself God, G-O-D, because you were only allowed 3 characters in your name. So I put G-O-D, so God was always at the top of the scoreboard, which, you know, I found endlessly amusing. So that answers that one, I think. I think I'm turning right here by the look of it, and then left. A question from Next, I don't know how you say this, D-O-J-F, Doif? I don't know. I have no idea how you say that name. Hey man, what do you think about the Call of Duty series and its future? Well, I think it's tired. I think it's struggling. It's not struggling for sales, but it's a game in decline and in desperate need of a reinvention. Maybe the next gen consoles will reinvent it. But I think the game itself has become obsessed with kill streaks and equipment and, you know, that kind of thing. It's, you know, massive. What is that, by the way? Daft dealer. It's become obsessed with blowing people up, or as many people up as you can with... I'm going to tick it, aren't I? No, I'm not, amazingly. You know, get the kill streaks, get the flipping bombs out, or the rape equipments, and just rape face. And make everybody else in the game really hate you. It's... that's the kind of game it is. And I think it should get back to basics, in some respects. I think they should remove a lot of the kill streaks and the bullshit in the game. And take it back to more like a Call of Duty 4, which everybody considered to be a brilliant game, although it did have its balancing problems. You know, and make it, well, certainly on the PC, that I would make it moddable, so people can mod the damn game, and that would give it a lot of life on the PC. Don't think they could do that on console, or maybe the next gens will be able to, who knows. But yeah, to answer your question, I think it's a bit tired, it's in need of ideas, and I think it's going to struggle, unless they reinvent it. Question from Nate Weaver. Do you see yourself trying any Euro Truck Sim 3 if and when it comes out? Well, yes. Why would I say no to that? Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to see what other trucking games they come out with. And I'll review them and bring them games, and if they're good, I'll play them like this, and you know, if you enjoy it, I'll make it. Say no more. Got Rotterdam to the right and Osnabrück to the left. Let's make sure we don't crash into anyone. It's going to start going dark shortly. This name is unpronounceable. It's a question from Bartolomei Nelkowski, I think is how you say that. Are you planning on making any t-shirts so fans can wear them? Funnily enough, I mentioned this in my stream the other day. I don't know. You know, I could set up a shop with t-shirts and hats and cups and key rings and mouse mats and all this stuff, but I would only do it if you guys think it's worth doing. If you guys want to buy stuff with my squirrel logo on it and, you know, the word squirrel in the right font and all that, I could have it all made and you could wear it with pride. I'm more than happy to do that. If you know of any good online shops where I could do it, then send me a message, or either to my mailbox. Well, so yeah, just send me a message to my mailbox and let me know. Let me know of a good store where I can set that up quite easily. Of course, it would need to be able to be bought by people in Europe and in America and Australia, so I see that as a difficulty. You know, I don't really want people paying massive shipping fees. It's just out of order. But yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to make that kind of fan stuff. So I will consider it. But if any of you guys have done it before or have some inside information about stores that I can get it done at, then please let me know. Question from Lachlan Mullen. Do I need to be in that lane or not? I'm not sure. That guy is not letting me out. Move over, boy. Good job I did. A question from Lachlan Mullen says, would you play a truck driving simulator based around Australia? I'd love to. I'd absolutely love to. I would play this game all around the world, quite frankly. No word of a lie. If I could travel the world in this game, I would. You know, I could to all the countries. I'd love to travel across like the ice road truckers across Alaska. That would be hilarious fun. Down into Canada, you know, North America. I'd love to go across and down into South America. Yeah, bring it on. But Australia, sure. Anywhere, I'll drive anywhere. Even in the Indian roads that are really dangerous. We could do that. That'd be fun. We've got a question from NG. Let's get past these dudes. Or not. Is there a speed limit, I wonder? There's certainly some bad weather. Question from NG. Where did your love of squirrels come from? I had to think about that one, and I think it came from when I used to play golf, bizarrely enough. Because when you play golf, particularly if you play it on sort of forested woodland golf courses with lots of trees and stuff, inevitably there are squirrels. And, you know, I used to play on a course called Walton Hall, I think it was. It's up near... It's in Cheshire, near Warrington, I think. It's a beautiful golf course. And it's all trees. There's trees everywhere. It's just cut out of a woodland almost. And there are so many squirrels there. And I used to love watching them. They look cute, but mostly I love the way when they run. They kind of make a sine wave when they run, like this kind of wave as they run along, and then they sit there and they pick up these nuts and they just sit there. They look so cute when they eat the damn things. You know, they're really fast, they're really nimble, and they can be, you know, if you see them, those people that have set up those challenges, those squirrel challenges, they're really smart at working out puzzles and getting, you know, past various devices that people have constructed so they can get nuts. So they're not stupid. I just think they're great. I think they're lovely, cute little... The red ones, of course, they're the best. The red squirrels are the best by far. Not that keen on the grey ones, to be honest, but, you know, better than none. But I'd like to see the red squirrel numbers improve. But they seem to be being wiped out by the grey ones, so... It's sad, really, because they're lovely. But I think that's where it came from. What is going on in front of me? We've got a truck reversing. I think he's just hit that guy. Oh dear. Question from John Connolly. With Sony announcing that the PS4 will use a PC architecture, Will this effectively be the death knell for console gaming? Absolutely not. There is a place in the world for consoles and PCs. Just because a console uses PC equipment, remember, a console uses PC equipment, but it uses it better. It's heavily optimized, and it's a known... the hardware is known, so developers can target the hardware specifically to get the best out of it. So even though the hardware is... you could put the same hardware in a PC and you wouldn't get the same performance as you would out of a console, because it has a dedicated operating system, dedicated internal connections and buffers. You know, the hardware is built around the parts, so, and then the software is written to take advantage of it. So, like I said before, the consoles will be home, you know, entertainment hubs, and PCs are never really going to be that, not really. And it's, you know, nice and easy to pick up a controller and just control your home gaming PC while it's sat on your settee. PCs are never really going to fit in that market very well. So I think there's a place for both of them. So no, it won't be the death knell at all. That's my view anyway. Feel free to disagree with it. Question from Martin Blucker? I'm not sure how you say that. What is your opinion on the collector's edition of games? Do you have some? Are you a collector yourself, or do you not really care about them? Most definitely the latter. I don't really care about them. When I buy a game, I am interested in the contents. I'm interested in the game itself on the computer. The box, I don't care about. Collector's edition might come with some stuff, but if you're talking like physical stuff, like a map or a badge or some other things, some other gimmicks, don't care, not interested one bit. But if you're talking about editions that have, you know, in-game stuff, then sometimes I will get it, sometimes I won't. It depends if I think it's worth it or not. But, you know, collector's box sets and stuff, games come and go so quickly. I doubt they'll be worth any, you know, serious value in the future. So when they say they're a collector's edition, I would call them more of a fanboy edition, because I don't believe they'll ever be collected in that sense. You know, a collector is the kind of person who gathers sets of things. I don't think there are collectors who gather sets of games, or maybe they do, I don't know. But they're very few and far between. Let's put some headlights on. But it's not for me. That's the thing, it's not for me. Have I ever been to Slovakia, says Martin. Nope, I've never been to Slovakia. I'm not that well travelled. I've mostly just done Western Europe. But no, never been to Slovakia. Not really sure if I have a desire to or not. I don't really know what's there, to be honest. He also says, have you ever thought about playing some old games on your channel? No, I haven't really thought about it, and don't really have any plans to. I've got plenty of modern games to play, so don't really bother with the old ones. And he finally asks, last question, do you play StarCraft 2? Yes, I play StarCraft 2. Not a lot, and I don't play it I don't play it competitively. So, you know, again, it wouldn't be the kind of thing that I would make videos about, if that's where you're going with that. And it looks like we're stuck on these windy bloody roads where the drivers drive like frickin' idiots. Really slowly, like 26 miles per hour, which is a bit crazy. But it looks like we're about to get back on a highway, which is good. Ben Merkin says, what inspired you to become a coder? What inspired me to become a coder? A love of computers. Really. When the home computer revolution started kicking off, and you know, a friend over the road, I think, got his first computer, and I was hooked. I was quite simply hooked. I wanted to go over there and just program his computer all the time. I just loved the fact that I could make this thing do things. I could make it calculate stuff, I could make it print things out, I could make it draw on the screen. It was just the most amazing thing. And he had no interest in it. He had his computer that I wanted to use so badly, but he quickly realised that, you know, I was quite happy to sit there and read the manual and work out how to use it properly, and all he wanted to do was play bloody biorhythms and other shite on it. So he effectively stopped me playing on it. So then for the next Christmas, I said to my mother, she said, what do you want for Christmas? And I said, I want a ZX Spectrum. This is an 80s computer, by the way. And I got a ZX Spectrum 48K. And that was my first home computer. And I programmed the crap out of that, and I played games on it all the time. And I absolutely loved it. And from there, I never looked back. I always have this kind of desire to program computers. I love the challenge of designing software. I love the challenge of making software fast and making it efficient and making it extendable and well written and tested, and it's just a passion. It's like any engineer has a passion for his engineering specialist skill. Like if he's a bridge engineer, he'll have a passion for bridges, and he'll learn all about it, and he'll love designing bridges, making them structurally safe and visually appealing and cheap and all this stuff. Same thing when it comes to coding. I have that kind of an engineering obsession, but it came from a young age with a Spectrum. That's where it came from. So you've got Sir Clive Sinclair to thank for that one, probably, although I'd have probably done it on a different computer. I wouldn't have missed the home computer revolution. No way. Where are we going here? Some batshit crazy roads. So Ben also says, what did you first learn as a programming language? I learned Spectrum Basic. Got a speed limit here of 90. Let's slow down a bit. Spectrum Basic and Z80 assembly language were the first languages I learned. Later on I went on to do Pascal, C and C++, Java, all of those things, but object-oriented languages is where I ended up. What did you do at college or university? I studied computer science, as I said before in my previous video, at the University of Sheffield. Bradley Laking says, what got you into Euro Truck Simulator and why? I think I first came across the game, there was a video that somebody made on YouTube, and I can't remember who it was that I saw first playing it, and I just thought, that's it, I've got to play that game. I've always had a love of trucks and big rigs, and just big machinery in general. Big, powerful machinery. I just have this kind of this almost kind of childhood thing about it. I just look at it and go, wow, that's awesome, and I just want to drive it. You know, whatever it is, anything from a big digger to a big crane to a truck to a train. I just love big machinery, and I watch, you know, Discovery Channel with extreme machines and all that kind of thing. Just love it. Absolutely have a passion for it. And I saw this, I thought, trucks, that's it, I've got to do it. Got to play that game. So I downloaded it. I played the demo. I don't think I made it past level 4 before I just said to myself, I've got to buy this. So I just went and bought it. And I don't know why, but I decided to start streaming it and then making YouTube videos. And I remember the first reaction I got from a lot of comments. I posted the videos and there'd been nothing else like it on my channel. Nothing else like it. You know, it'd all been Battlefield, DayZ, Armour, Wasteland, first-person shooters, and then suddenly, bang, Euro Truck. And comments were like, what the fuck? What on earth is this? Closely followed by people saying, I just watched this and I really enjoyed it, and shit, I want to play this game. And then 2 or 3 videos later, I was getting comments like, when's the next one coming out? Oh my god, I love watching this stuff. I love your commentary. I love these videos. I love this game. I've bought it. It's brilliant. Keep playing it. Do more videos. And it was phenomenal to see, quite honestly, because I didn't know. I had no idea what reaction I was going to get when I first did that. But that's how I got into it, and the rest, as they say, is history. Adnan Fime says, have you considered making a horror game commentary in the dark? Categorically, no. First thing is, I'm not a very jumpy person anyway, so horror stuff doesn't really frighten me. I'm not the kind of person that jumps easily. I'm not shocked easily like that. So I'd make a really bad version of, you know, scary faces and coming across all scared and stuff. It just, I'd be really dull. I'd be like, yeah, what the fuck, whatever, dude. So you just jumped out of a closet and you got a knife and you're covered in blood, yeah, whatever. It'd just be the most dullest video I've ever seen. But the other thing is, I kind of dislike the whole thing, you know. It's such a gravy train, it's such a bandwagon. People make these videos, they put these horror films on, they get a webcam out, they make these videos where there's sort of, you know, the thumbnail has got them looking like they're about to be stabbed in the eyeballs in horror, and they're not. They're putting it all on, you know. Nobody is that freaking scared. I don't care what you say. It's just a game. But people make all these videos about it, and they get loads of views, and it's all fake. It's all fake, guys. So I won't be doing it because, you know, it makes me feel sick watching those videos. So there's no way I'm going to make them. And they'd be really bad if it did, because I'm not very scared. No fear, squirrel. Right, next question is from Timothy True. I should probably get some fuel, shouldn't I? Can I get over there? Let's get some fuel here, I think. Can we get fuel? Yep, let's get the fuel done. Check how much time I've got left to sleep as well, because I'm not sure if I'd rest up here or not. But I can see I'm down to about a quarter of a tank, and I don't want to risk it. Engine off. Fill up. I can see the sleep icon. 4.5 hours. I think I'm going to go and rest up. This job has to be in on Saturday. It's currently Friday. Yeah, we've got loads of time. 10 hours, 18 hours. Yeah, we've got time. Let's rest up over here. And then it'll be daytime. And that will be lovely. Time to rest. Okay, it's daytime. Start the engine. Let's get the lights off. Reverse up a touch. Full tank of fuel. 386 miles to go. Let's rattle through some of these more of these questions now. Okay, Timothy True says, if you could live outside of the UK, what country would you choose? Not an easy one to answer. If I could choose a country for the climate, it would be Tenerife. I love the climate in Tenerife. It being in the middle of the Atlantic as an island, there's no pollen there, so I don't sneeze. And the temperature variation is very small, and it's always hovering around 21 degrees. It's just a beautiful, beautiful climate. For the scenery, I would probably go for Canada. I think it's got some of the most spectacular scenery in the world. The mountains, mountain passes, the snow, you know, the woods. It's just wonderful countryside, and the lakes. Wonderful stuff. You're not going to let me out because you never do. Thank you. For the internet, I'd go for Scandinavian countries because they have just the most beastly fast internet ever. Very jealous of that. For the computer nerd in me, I would move to the west coast of the west coast of the US. Oh shit! Oh, and he went that way. The insanity of it. That happens on the real motorway, actually. West coast of US is where I would go for. Well, again, the scenery's pretty good there, but that's just the IT capital of the world as far as I'm concerned. It's the Mecca, Silicon Valley and all that. But wherever I go, I would probably, you know, I'd want them to speak English really, I guess, because otherwise it'd be difficult and I'm not very good at learning languages, so that kind of narrows it down to not many. Canada, US, yeah, I don't know. Question from Josh, what kind of food do you like? I like pizza, I like nuts, I like curries, hot curries, I like chilies, lots and lots of chilies, and I particularly love Thai food. That's what I love. I also love sweet stuff. I love cakes, cheesecakes. Custard is top of the frickin' list in dessert terms. I can have a bowl of custard and then pretty much whatever dessert you want to put in there, I'm good with that because I've got a bowl of custard anyway. Marcus Bauer asked, what's your favourite flavour of tea? It used to be Earl Grey, but I kind of drank myself into hating it. I drank so much of it that I lost the taste for it, and now I don't like it. So that's a bit weird how that happened. Now I drink Yorkshire tea or English breakfast, and occasionally I will have a herbal tea. I just noticed my income now is up to 195 grand. This is really cool. James Cuff asks, how long on average do you spend playing and editing per week? Well, most days I'm gaming or editing. Same thing Saturday and Sunday. I've got a full-time job as well, and given the fact that I do YouTube, this is basically like a second job. You know, if you added up my working hours and then added on top the amount of hours I spend gaming and editing, in total it's got to be somewhere between, you know, full-time job plus this job in quotes, probably somewhere between 70 and 100 hours a week. I would say a lot of time. Let's get around this bend and pick up a question. Don't like these corners, look, because the camber, it's an adverse camber, so it tilts your truck the wrong way around the bend so that you can easily tip over. Very dangerous. Let's move over. Question from Lucas Mullen. Why have you stopped streaming, and are you going to start streaming again soon? Well, okay. I did stream soon. I streamed yesterday and I streamed last week, so I have been streaming, but I did admittedly stop streaming for a while. The reason, you know, basically what happened was this. I was streaming in October, November, December, January last year, and during those months I basically applied for a Twitch partnership twice. I wanted Twitch partnership because mostly, really, I'm being truthful now, it's not for the adverts or anything like that, because you don't make a lot of money out of it. It's because I can then stream up at 720p, and then you guys can pick the resolution which you know suits your broadband that you have, and you know what resolution you want to watch it at. Because currently you have to watch it at whatever resolution I stream at, and I stream at 576, which gives you a nice compromise of quality. Because a lot of people can't watch at 720, they just don't have the bandwidth, so they get a lot of stutter. So I stream at 576 because you get good quality, but it's not, you know, it's not too much for most people. So anyway, back to the story. I applied a couple of times and they just kept turning me down. They said, oh, you know, not at this time, you know, we don't want you yet, you're not got enough people in, you're not streaming regularly enough. Lots and lots of excuses. Even though I was streaming more regularly and had more concurrent viewers than a lot of partner channels out there, a lot of them. So I just thought it was bullshit, so I thought, okay, I'm going to make a push for this. So at the expense of gaming and making YouTube videos, I streamed. All through February I streamed an absolute ton. And then I applied for partnership again, and they turned me down again. And it was, you know, I had between 300 and 800 concurrent viewers. I was streaming 2 to 3 times a week for a month, and I applied. They turned me down, and I sent a message back to say to them, what metrics am I not hitting? You know, tell me what target I'm not achieving, because I don't understand this. My streaming channel is bigger than lots of partner channels out there that you have. So what what is it? Tell me the metric, so I know what I'm working at. And they didn't reply. They didn't reply. They just turned me down, didn't reply, and I just thought to myself, screw you. I can't be bothered with this shit. I'd rather go back and pour my time and effort into videos, into making videos for you guys. So that's what I did. I started up new series, things like Euro Truck and stuff, and I made more videos. And you know, the reason you've got all these videos is because the streaming isn't really there. I can't do it all. I can't have a full-time job. I can't have kids. I can't stream and edit videos and play games like DayZ, which take hours and hours and hours. So that's why I don't stream very much, so that I can make YouTube videos. It's pure and simple. John Dykstra asks, with ETS2, what things do you want the developers to fix? A few things actually. The AI, the AI driving, which you've seen many times. They don't give way. They act like jackasses. They drive too slow. They ram into you. They drive too fast or they drive too slowly. They change lane on a whim. They're just crazy. They don't change lane when they should do. They give way and cause roadblocks. All of that. That's what I want them to fix, the AI. I also want them to fix the fact that you get stuck on the map sometimes. If you go out onto the grass verges there, you will get stuck sometimes, and you have to call for recovery. They're the main things. Apart from that, it's a beautiful game. They're the only fixes I want them to make. John also says, what new things do you want them to add? I'd like them to add the rest of the world. You know, I want World Truck Simulator. That's what I want. Just map the whole world and give me World Truck Sim. And I can take ferries across countries. You know, it would be awesome. I want multiplayer with persistence, so I want to be able to play on a persistent server. As I said on my stream, I want this game smashing together with Grand Theft Auto, so we've got a true sandbox gaming experience. I want it persistent and online so that people can join it, and you can drive trucks if you want to, you can fly planes, drive cars, you could be a courier and a motorcyclist, you could be a drug runner, you could start business empires. That's what frickin' people want. If you make that game, you might as well turn the lights off on the world, because everybody's going to play that and not going to go to work anymore. And I'm serious. But that's the direction we should all be heading these games into. I'd also like to see some more series of trucks from different manufacturers, yeah? So Scania trucks, I'd like some more models, some newer series of trucks, so that I can pull more specialised weights. I'd also like, you know, the trailers with the cranes on the back. I'd like to get on the back of the trailer and operate the truck and unload the cargo properly. I'd like to go down to the docks and have to wait while the massive cranes come over and take the container off the back of my trailer, you know? I want to take biofuel, I want to take wood chippings up to biofuel sites. All of this stuff. Just put it in. As much stuff as you can think of. I could come up with reams of things. Put it all in the game. That's what I want them to do. Just make this an awesome game. Oliver Pocock asks, who was your role model in the game? Who was your role model in the gaming world? I've had a few, but one of them most definitely is Peter Molyneux. Peter Molyneux basically wrote Populous, which was like the first God game, and he founded Bullfrog Entertainment. They wrote Syndicate, you know, designed Syndicate, Theme Park, Dungeon Keeper, all these awesome games. He's just a great games designer, and I think he's great. What is your favourite gaming genre and your favourite game in that genre, says Oliver. I would have to say RTS games in the 90s, and my favourite was Total Annihilation. If I had to pick one, that would be it. What games do you enjoy the most? Basically the ones I post videos about. I play the games that I like playing the most, and I post those videos. So the game you're watching now, DayZ, Armour, all that stuff, that's what I love, excuse me. Daniel Copper, I almost said Cooper. Daniel Copper asks, what game do you prefer to play the most on a daily basis? It varies actually. It's a bit like music. If I get in the car, I play different kinds of music depending on whatever mood I'm in. So it's kind of the same when it comes to gaming. Whatever mood takes me, I might decide I want to play some Euro Truck or some Bridge Sim, or just dick around on some indie games, try something out, test some mods out, play some DayZ, play some Armour with the guys, play some Wasteland. You know, it really does vary depending on the mood I'm in and who's online. Enari Lennonen asks, are you interested in gadgets like phones and tablets? Oh my god, yes. Oh sweet god, yes. I'm an absolute, I always have been a techno guy. Technology and me are like hand in hand. And you know, gadgets are really my thing. I've had everything from bloody Scion 3, Scion 5, all the way up to an iPad Retina. I got my first mobile phone in 94, I think it was. It was a Motorola. I think it was like an MR1 or something like that. It was a blue one. And ever since then, I've pretty much upgraded my phone every year or two, and I've just been through all kinds of gadgets, just ridiculous amounts of them. And we've finally got to the point of convergence now where, you know, things like the Galaxy S4 can just do almost everything that you need it to do. You know, there's hardly anything missing from it on such a big screen as well. I mean, that is the ultimate kind of device. But you wait till they bring out these Google Spectacles. Oh my god, they are, I'm telling you now, they are game changers. They are world changers, they are. That kind of overlaying data and information on your reality that you see in front of you in real time, that is the future. Without a doubt, that's the future. You're going to see it in cars, and you're going to see it, you're going to have gadgets that you wear that are going to do that for you. No doubt about it. Information's going to come to you. You're not going to go to it. That's the future. You heard it here first, kids. Mike Brittenden asks, oh, there's a balloon up there. If you could be the combination of two animals, what would they be and why? That is the weirdest question of the lot, Mike. If you could be a combination of two animals, what would they be and why? I think it would have to be something involving birds, because I love the freedom that you get in flight, the freedom of being able to fly around. So I would probably have to pick as one half of that a bird, and I'd go for a predatory bird, something like an eagle, because they're pretty cool. The other half of it, you probably think it's going to be a squirrel, but no, I would probably go with a panther, just because they are stealthy and deadly and super cool, you know, super awesome. So I'd have to say that my animal would be a combination of an eagle and a panther, and I think that would be a very strange looking animal indeed. Question from John Stoffy. Do you ever plan on uploading footage of you playing older games such as Mass Effect, Fallout and Elder Scrolls? Nope. I don't really have an interest in it, and I don't think my subscribers would have an interest in it either. Question from Dane Vranken. Are you going to Gamescom in Köln in August? I don't have any plans to at the moment. It would be cool, but you know, if somebody wants to buy me some tickets and some flight tickets and some hotel, or give me a reason to go and sponsor me to go, then yeah, sure, love to. But at the moment, no. I'm going to Eurogamer in the NEC in Birmingham. Sorry, I'm going to Resd at the NEC in Birmingham, and I'm going to Eurogamer, which is down in London, I think, again. So I'll be at those if you want to see me and meet the squad. But yeah, Gamescom would be awesome, but I don't, you know, I don't plan on travelling that far afield at the moment, unless somebody wants to pay me to. Alfie Fowler asks, how much money have you dedicated into your gaming equipment? Are you including recording stuff, or are you including software, or just the computer, just the screens? I don't really know what you're including in all that. If you was to build my computer from scratch, it would probably cost you about £1,300. If you were to buy the monitors, the multiple monitors that I have, that would probably cost you about £500. If you buy the mouse and the keyboard and the joystick and the microphone alone cost me $160. Including the software like Vegas Pro, which I spent 200 and something quid on. You know, where do you draw the line on this? People don't realise how expensive it is to do this. You know? Well, obviously some people would rip the software off, but I don't. I pay for it because I consider it to be, you know, part of the job of what I'm doing. Plus I also want to get some support. So yeah, I would say it's going to be 3,000 upwards to 4,000 at a guess. Probably that kind of mark. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I built it up, like I say. I built it up over the time I've been doing this, and I do have a job, so you could probably do it more cheaply, but I have some good equipment now. Particularly this microphone was a great investment. Question from Matt Fairbrother. Have you ever thought about doing radio using your nice relaxing voice and knowledge to make great discussion topics? I've not actually thought about doing that. It's been mentioned before, I think, that a lot of people enjoy my commentary voice or my style. I don't know. I guess. So they've said to me, will you make some relaxation tapes, or will you record yourself doing book readings? I could do all that, but you know, it's organising it would be the problem. Organising what books to read, and would I actually get anything out of doing it, or would it just be for fun? Because it would take a lot of time to do it. You know, time I could be spending doing YouTube. As for the whole discussion thing on radio, I think radio is something that you have to get into. You have to go into radio via local radio, really. You have to prove yourself in local radio in order to move up to the bigger radio stations. So unless somebody suddenly randomly gave me an opportunity to do radio on a reasonably big channel, then I can't see it happening. Even if potentially I could be a radio presenter, potentially, I guess, but yeah, the opportunity in my life path is not there, is it really? So you can be content with my commentaries on here, I guess. Yannick Jean says, do you prefer Facebook or Twitter? It's a slightly odd question because they're not really the same thing. They're solving different problems. But I think Facebook definitely has a place in the world, and Twitter definitely has a place in the world. So I don't know if I prefer one or the other. I just use them as tools for what they're meant to be used for. And we have the final question, which is good because we're only 30 miles away. The final question, and thank you again guys for sending these in, from Jeff M, says, if you are a pretty law-abiding driver in Euro Truck Sim... Sorry, no, he's not asking me a question, he's making a comment. He's saying you are... Oh shit. Oh shit. That guy didn't give a fuck. Thanks, mate. He says you are a pretty law-abiding driver in Euro Truck Sim. If SCS was to make a Euro motorbike courier simulator, a Euro motorbike courier simulator, do you think your driving habits would change? Yes, I think they would change. I would go hell for leather. I would drive like an absolute lunatic. I would cut cars up, I would drive in between cars, and I would get that delivery there as quickly as I could. And I'd expect to get a delivery bonus for it. Quite simply, I'm driving a truck, I'm driving a massive machine, and a lot of responsibility comes with that. So I tend to try and drive reasonably well. But if I was in a game whose sole purpose was to courier things on a motorbike across country, I would play it like a lunatic, because the whole objective is to get there as quickly as possible. So yeah, the answer to the question is, I would change my driving habits. And on that note, we've ended all the questions, and that's pretty good timing because we're about to come into Linz. Now, I do hope that you've... For all those guys that are still here, because, you know, I imagine some people bugged out of this video early because it is going to be a long video, and this is part 2. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you've... I hope some of your questions got answered, and I hope you have learned, you know, a lot more about me, which I guess was kind of the point of the Q&A video. Got a lot of questions answered, but please don't forget, before you do send me questions, always check video descriptions, because I get so many questions about the same thing, which is, you know, what hardware have you got, and, you know, what software is this, what game is this even, what mods are you using, what mouse have you got. Go and have a look first. Have a look on the YouTube channel about page, and have a look in the video description, because inevitably your question, you know, the information is already there, and it'll save me some time and do me a great favour. I think I've been to Linz before, so I don't think I'm going to discover it. But these hot chemicals are getting delivered on time. And how much money? I can't remember how much money I got for this. So I just knocked my microphone across my desk, trying to reach for the keys. And people say, why don't you use a steering wheel? You should see my desk. I've got a giant microphone in front of me, a joystick, a keyboard, a mouse. It's not easy. There's no room for a steering wheel, quite frankly. And I'd have to sit back, which isn't going to happen. Okay, and where are we going here? Let's try and change the zoom level. There we go. 54 grand is about to be in the bag. I think we've got 4 hours to deliver it, so we're well ahead of the curve. Linz looks very, very petrochemical, which is good because that kind of ties in with delivering hot chemicals, although, well, yeah, I suppose they could take chemicals in. I was wondering if they perhaps would be refining chemicals, but, you know, often you need chemicals to make other chemicals, so that's fair enough. I'm going to time these lights properly like a boss. Watch this. Come on, come on, come on. Change, 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 change. Change! Please! Yay! I didn't have to stop. This means I get the jump on that other truck. Although I think he's going to overtake me because I've got a very heavy load. Even though I've got 600 plus horsepower. I think I need to turn right into the... I assume we're going into here. Yes, we are. We're going in here. There's a church down there. That's cool. Oh, fairly easy looking delivery. Not stressful. I think I'll have to do a future video where we drive into that the car park with the nightmare scenario. We're going to have to do that. It's got to happen. Let's reverse in a nice straight line. Oh, my track IR's playing up. That's really annoying. How am I going to do this? He keeps doing it. He's jerking around like that, look. Stop it. You stupid thing. I think it must be the position I've got it in. Don't think that's quite straight. Given the circumstances of my head wobbling. I should straighten it off. Really? Well, that's not in? Kidding me? How perfect do you want this, pal? Honestly, why is that not in? Oh, you troll game. You troll game. Excellent delivery. That's 800 miles of excellence right there. I should get more than 50 grand for that. Level 21, people. Level 21. Bring it on. So on the stream, we actually went for that one. So I've not almost got all of these ADRs now. So I don't know what to go for. I don't know to go for a bit more eco. Or try and boost these. Because essentially these are just going to bring in more money. This one's going to save money. And these are going to open up some extra transport types. So I think these are probably the way to go. Let's do that. Okay, well, that brings to an end Q&A part 2. We're going to pick this up next time from here. But yeah, well, I hope you've enjoyed that. I think we're going to move out of here because it's a bit noisy. Just a little bit noisy. I can't even say goodbye to you guys properly if I sit there, can I? Nice church over there. I'm not allowed to drive to it though. Okay. I think we'll leave it there. So, I hope you enjoyed that video. Please give me a thumbs up. It does help my channel out, and I know you guys want to help me. So, take care. And happy trucking.